Welcome in to the World Sports Broadcasting Network, or WSBN. Started a little bit late due to a technical difficulty, but we are happy to report that we are up and running here from This is Ward, joined by Luke Jordan and our engineer Anthony Lunn. As we are just getting underway, folks, you didn't miss much. That right there is our first credited shot on goal from neutral ice. And we've got a 0-0 game here between the ESH National Selects, playing out of Canada in spite of the jersey they're wearing. And in yellow, we've got Boston Hockey Club. Here is a shot from way up high by Boston. That one taken by Frateroli. And this one cleared out and down by the Selects. ESH behind the net, looking to find the first goal of this one with some speed. This is the second game of the day and of the tournament. As we saw Spartans Alberta go 1-0 during the opening game here on the North Rink of Mount Prospect Ice Arena. Luke Jordan will be joining us in a second. He's on camera duty while we figure out a couple more technical difficulties. This shot is taken and held on to. 12:59 to go in the first period. We saw a really good game just a moment ago on this rink. 4-3 win for those Spartans of Alberta. Hoping to see another good, entertaining hockey game. Of course, at tournaments like these, when you have so many teams, you're bound to see a couple of lopsided scores. But I'm all for the good, entertaining games here as a neutral broadcaster. Mount Prospect, Illinois, northern suburb of Chicago. 3 rinks here at this facility, this being the North Rink. And maybe the main rink, so to speak, as this one's dumped in from neutral ice. Handled and given up by ESH starting goaltender Sterling Granadetti. Starting in net for Boston Hockey Club is Jack Marino, number 72 in yellow. Puck falls, face-off is taken, and here comes ESH. This one poked ahead by Jake Hart. He'll look to catch up to it, but couldn't get there before Max Peterson. Now this one cleared out. It'll go all the way down. Would be an icing if it missed the target, but it went right on net. So we will continue on here without a stoppage. 0-0, just getting started here in the first period. 15 minutes on the clock for each period here at this tournament. As this puck is centered, couldn't be tipped home by ESH. Now Boston Hockey Club forces this one out to neutral ice. It's picked up by Luka Mosca. Now Keegan Flanders behind the goal line, picked away by Boston, and here's a centering pass and a shot by Dylan DeTore. But that one wouldn't go. It just missed the cage. Now the other way comes ESH. Here's a pass up ice. Here comes Reich. Lost the puck. Got it back. Right corner. Needs some help while his teammates finish a line change. This one cleared but not out. It's kept alive by Selwood. Here's a shot. That one whistles wide. Picked up by New England as they go by on the back of their sweaters. Poked ahead Ryan Taylor. Couldn't catch up to the puck. And it's taken by ESH Richards. Now this is Wendorf coming over the line down the left wing side, being pressured there by Frateroli. And we get a stoppage in play, and we have a penalty called. It's a trip, and it will favor Boston. To the box goes Easton Wendorf of ESH National Selects. And we're going to get our first look at the power play of either team. Last game, the teams combined for an 0-for-4 power play. We'll see what happens here with Boston a man up. They'll get this puck low down to the corner. It's sent back up high. It's collected by Nealon. J.J. Nealon. Puck taken by the Selects and dumped out. Leo Fraterali. Got it ahead. Here comes D'Agostino. Alex D'Agostino still with the puck below the goal line. Centers it in the blue paint and couldn't be corralled. Now here's another shot, save, rebound, and another save made by the Select starting goaltender, Granadetti. Loose puck, and this shot just deflected wide, and we can officially welcome the second man of this team, Luke Jordan, to the broadcast booth after helping out our producer with some technical difficulties, but looks like we're all set to go here.
Hello, everybody. Seems like a good start so far. Hearing a lot of ohs and ahs from the crowd.
Rightfully so, as we have just about a minute left on this power play by Boston. Will be picked up by them below the goal line, and Max Peterson. Stretch pass intended for Casper the Friendly Ghost. He wasn't able to pick that one up. And this will be cleared down with 36 to go on the kill for the Selects. And out of his net, risky play there, and rushing to try and knock that puck in were the Selects. That was Jake Hart. Would have been a shorty, but not so fast, said one other Boston defender. Now for Boston, it's Logan Burton. He got his pocket picked. Now here comes Jake Hart. Again, he tries a shot. Big left pad save made by Jack Marino in net. Now the other way comes Boston. Penalty is over. We're back to 5-on-5 play. 0 for 1 on the power play goes New England. Scoreless first period, still early on here in this one. Flanders now with the puck for Prairie.
Dylan, I feel like the speed in this game is really fast. I feel like this is faster than the previous game. This guy's got a burst.
I would certainly agree to that, Luke.
And we were treated to a great game just before this.
Dylan DeTore behind the net. Puts on the brakes. Right corner, centers it. What a save. I believe the goalie got a piece of that, didn't he?
I believe he did.
Now in the slot, this puck taken away by the Selects. Now here they come through neutral ice. Over the line is Taman. They'll get this one deep and grabbed below the line by Troville. Troville with the flow. Love that. And now a pass waiting at the blue line was Mosca. He looked to have a breakaway, but got crossed up. Now a man's taken down. That could have been a trip, but it's not called by our two official crew here today.
I think that's a good no call. The National Selects defender did not move his stick, and it was more the Boston skaters skating over the stick. I would have to say that is not a tripping call.
Sounded like Dave Jackson here in the broadcast booth.
I thought of that too. Except he is very confident with what he says. I double-checked myself.
Here's a shot. That one into the glove of the goaltender, Grandinetti. 0-0 game, 6:19 to go in the first period here. Boston dominating. They lead shots 7-2, but haven't put one home yet.
Well, I mean, this class of Boston Hockey Club players, just from what I can remember, they look so much faster, and just they look much improved from their class of last year where they went 4-5 in the tournament. And the previous line that we saw prior with Mosca and DeTore, they could really tear things up. Now that is a trip.
Yep. Took the words out of my mouth, my friend. Break it down.
Well, I mean, he kind of went with the UFC leg lock. It wasn't on purpose, but he's trying to get up, and that was Leo Frattaroli, who just took out the legs of the National Selects player, and that is a good call by the official who was right there to see it. And correct me if I'm wrong, this is the second opportunity for the National Selects.
First, Boston had the power play.
Boston had the power play.
And they are 0 for 1, so now this is the first look with a man up for the National Selects. And we'll see what they can do with it. Boston's power play was iffy, but they got their looks. National Select had a good kill. Now let's see what they can do on the other side of the special teams. Left circle. Now the puck down low. Centering pass, and they score! What a play! And the National Selects are on the board. Getting the goal there is Jace Richards. 1-0 on the power play conversion.
We saw this in the previous game, Dylan. Attack the crease. These goalies are not big enough to defend the whole net up in front. And what happens, it's a nice one-timer in front of the blue paint. And it's hard enough to make a stationary stop in the crease if you're Jack Marino. But how about having to go off the post right to the middle? Just simply nearly an impossible try to make that stop if you're Marino. Great setup by the National Selects, and they strike first.
So Jace Richards, official credit for the goal, assisted by Hudson Wright. That was a great pass from below the goal line. And we have something we didn't see much last game, which is a power play goal.
Yeah, and that is a threat to stay disciplined if you're Boston. That was a very quick opening power play goal, and that's typically a sign if you're on the bench or on the ice, you say, oh gosh, we should stay disciplined for the rest of this game, because they will just do that over and over again. They will pick you apart, especially if they get you on the first time. You know, they know your weaknesses right off the bat, and clearly the weakness was right in front of the paint, as were the weaknesses for Alberta and Southeast Elite prior to this game. I feel like it's just a common theme, is the reason why some of these goalies, I mentioned it earlier, 2 goalies in the tournament had a save percentage higher than .900 last year. It's because both teams are just so much more offensive-minded.
The ESH National Selects, this is their first year participating in the Continental Clash. They're one of 10 teams making their debut at this tournament here in 2024. Boston has been playing in this every year since 2020.
Hitting call coming in here on Boston.
A delayed penalty, off goes the goaltender, and the next time a gold sweater touches up, we will get a whistle. 6-on-5 for the moment. This loose puck held on to and covered by the goaltender Marino. So just after they scored 23 seconds into their first power play, ESH is going to get another look here.
That's Keegan Vertenters, and you just got to stay disciplined. You can't hit at this level, and he let his intrusive thoughts win there. Laid the body, and hey, I mean, it was a clean hit at the upper level, but you just simply cannot do it at this level, and that will potentially cost Boston. You do not want to go down too early. That will take a ton of air out of the tires.
So 1 for 1 on the man advantage. Looking to stay perfect is the Selects. Here's Huberdeau with a shot. That one blocked and cleared out to neutral ice, but not farther than that before it's grabbed and possessed once again by the Selects. Here's Hudson Wright, who assisted the game's only goal. Sent back, it's Huberdeau. Merrick Huberdeau puts on the brakes at the left point. Will slide it over to the right side, but it's intercepted and cleared by Logan Burton. Now Huberdeau once again finds Hart, but it's deflected by a Boston stick up into the seating area here at Mount Prospect Ice Arena. No 360 netting here at this barn, so if you're sitting in the stands or maybe even broadcasting the game, got to keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah, I took the words out of my mouth, Dylan. I was going to mention this is one of the few rinks here in Illinois that doesn't have that crowd protection, but hey, I like it. I mean, yeah, for somebody myself who's always attentive to the game, it's kind of cool when you see the puck fly out. And even if you're watching her, I hope one day we'll be able to catch one up here.
Yeah. You know, I have a story. When I was a senior in high school, I was broadcasting a hockey game at the old Glenview Ice Center before they made the new one. I'm not sure if you've ever been to that old one.
I think I was a few times.
A puck hit a pole right next to me and missed my face by maybe 1 foot. And it would have been a bad injury if that got me in the face, because it had a little bit of speed on it, that one. .45 seconds to go on this Selects power play. Looking to go 2 for 2 on the man advantage, but Boston a better penalty kill this time out as they will clear this one down. Under 3 to go in the first period.
No question, they know where to be. They know their assignments.
Now here comes Merrick Selwood over the blue line. Looks to get rid of a shot. Did, but heavily deflected.
That should be a penalty. That's Declan Mattern that made the cross check in front of the crease, and the right calls to give offsetting penalties, but they might not.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, Luke. Kind of surprising
got
to me
away
too.
with it there. Yeah, you got it. You don't want to. Those calls are so important early in the game because you don't want the discipline of the game to let loose. You don't want players to think that they can get away with that. So I think that is a slight mistake. But hey, we all make mistakes.
And especially at a tournament like this, Luke. I mean, you just graduated from high school. You've been playing hockey your entire life. I mean, when you do your regular season league games or just any local games, you start to get to know the referees a little bit and their different tendencies and kind of what they call versus what they don't. But for pretty much every team at this tournament, I mean, these are refs that they have never played for. So you have no idea what calls are going to be made.
Yeah, you have the ones you get along with, and then you have the ones that get on the ice and you say, oh, I'm in for a game. I'm shocked I haven't recognized these two yet, because these two have definitely reffed some of my games probably. I mean, this is, 10, 15 minutes from my home rink, so I'm sure they're in this area.
These guys, they just did the game before this, right?
Yes.
They're on a back-to-back here?
Yes. The guy dropping the puck looks familiar. I'm not sure about this younger guy, no facial hair, coming in closer. That's irrelevant right now.
Well, the one with facial hair drops the puck, and that's taken by Boston, or New England as they identify themselves on the back of their jerseys.
Yep, so each team covers a region, and a lot of regions given in the East. You have Connecticut. They have one, the Young Kings, who we'll see play later today on this rink. They're from the Mid-Atlantic region, and Boston gets the New England region.
Yeah, so you can see that where the names usually are on their jerseys. Here's a 3-on-2 for the Selects. The shot sails wide. 1:15 to go in the opening period. Just one goal in the game, scored by Jace Richards of the ESH National Selects. But Boston looking to tie things up before we take a timeout. Here comes Taylor with the puck, centered it. Here's a shot, and that one stayed out. What a stop made by Sterling Grandetti.
First off, incredible save. Another great glove save from these goaltenders. And second off, what just happened there is exactly what I'm talking about. Now there's going to be more scuffles. Now there's going to be more stoppages of play. You gotta extinguish the small fire early before it burns the whole place down.
All right, under a minute to play now in the first period. Another chance for the Selects as they poke this one up through the neutral zone and into the attacking zone, but that's grabbed by New England. And they just finally get it outside the zone. Chipped down low by Cam Monagle with 27 on the clock. Do we have one more goal for either team before we take a timeout at the bench? 10 seconds to determine that. Here's New England with the puck in their own zone. Burton looked to find Teddy Navrat with that one. Didn't connect. And as the puck is contested for in neutral ice, the clock drips away. 0.0. And the first period has come to an end after 15 minutes of play. It is 1-0 to the ESH National Selects. Meanwhile, Boston does lead shots 7-5. So this is still anyone's game, Luke. a full 30 minutes to play, 2 more 15-minute periods, and nothing even close to decided yet.
Yeah, I mean, both teams had their, shifts of momentum. One team looked faster than another at one point. I think it's all about line matchups, and I'd like to see more from that Dettori-Mosca line. They looked really good early on in the game, but then I didn't see them get in that much. And, you just got to stay disciplined. You don't, because if you throw that first punch, you cross that first check, per se, you're going to go to the box, and you do not want to go down a man. We saw what ESH did on the first try. Of course, Boston adjusted well, but, I mean, you have to assume the average power play success is around 20 to 30% in this tournament on average, and you just don't want to, go down another goal if you're Boston. But if you're ESH, that was a good period. You got some guys with speed. You got some great defenders with speed. Try to involve them more, get them up the ice, have them skate it in. And we'll see how the second period unfolds. Great start, just like the previous game.
Another cross-border battle between Canada and the U.S. right here in Sweet Home Chicago. ESH National Selects against Boston Hockey Club. The teams have switched sides here for the second period. We touched on it in our last broadcast right before this one, Luke. Period of the long change, which many of you at home probably are aware. That means your bench is on your attacking half of the ice, which makes it a little bit harder to change if you're in your own zone under pressure. Luke, you played hockey for your entire life up to this point. Would you say that the long change has affected the game in a way that I'm making it out to?
Oh, yeah. I mean, what's nice is it affects it evenly. It's not like one team really truly has an advantage. It just affects both sides. And, this is a period where you typically get pretty tired because you're out there longer.
Now this shot, taken from the left circle, wouldn't make its way to being a shot on goal. 1-0 to the ESH National Selects. Representing the Prairie region, they look to make it 2-0. That puck is not frozen yet, according to the official. And it looked to be held on to.
Came out at the end. I'm not sure if that was on purpose by Marino, but if that was on purpose, you might want to hold on to it a little bit longer. Because otherwise you're going to get some complaints from ESH that puck could have been free.
Still early on here in Chicago, Mount Prospect, Illinois, a suburb just north of the city. Centering pass, and what a chance, but that one is sent wide of the net. Here's another look. Right circle, this one sent deep in the skates of one Boston player. And tipped out of there. Here's Zachary Samchuk. Puck given up. Here's DiAgostino. Look to get it deep. Looking for Nealon there if he eventually got to it. And now they'll look to clear it out of the zone. They do. And racing after it to keep it is Lucas Chen. Puck being frozen up on the near boards, or far boards, by the bench. And finally squirts free. It'll go to possession for Boston. Here they come over the blue line. A centering try wouldn't connect. Now it's DiAgostino. He played it back. Here's a shot. That one missed the net by Logan Burton. Boston Hockey Club looking to win their second Continental Clash in 5 years of participation. Won it in 2020, the first year that they came here. Last year, though, 4-5 record in the tournament. 6th place in the USA division out of 9 teams. Ended up allowing 5.6 goals per game as they found the back of the net, but the defense and goaltending was the biggest problem last year. So far, they've only allowed 1 goal on 7 shots to the Selects.
Yeah, looking from last year, this team just looks more talented, and they're able to put it in action.
Now here's a 2-on-1, maybe a 3-on-1 for Prairie. Up ice comes Hazu. He gets it to the right side, takes a shot. That one whistles just over the crossbar. That didn't miss by very much. Now the other way comes Boston. Over the line. Burton takes a shot. That one bounces off the end boards. It's picked up right circle. Here's a shot. A save made by the right pad.
What a great sequence of north-south hockey.
Nothing in the back of the net so far this period. We have not seen a 5-on-5 goal either yet between these two teams. As the Selects lone tally came on the man advantage. Here's a shot from up high. That one into the glove cleanly of Grandinetti. 11:29 to go on the clock. 1-0. Dylan Ward and Luke Jordan here with you. Anthony Lund making sure this game gets to your screen. He's our producer today. Face-off is won by Boston. A quick shot goes right into the glove. We'll do it one more time.
Grandinetti, 11 shots faced, 11 stopped. Good start for him in ESH defensively.
Yeah, one thing we touched on a lot last game, Luke, is that, what'd you say, there were only 2 goaltenders in the entire tourney with a goals against average above,
save
percentage above 900. I mean, the script seemed to have flipped here as we've seen some stellar performances by the goaltenders so far early in the day. 4-on-2 rush for Prairie. Here's a centering pass, that one in the skates of Gallucci. And now out to neutral ice, Leo Johnson. And we get a whistle.
Yeah, ESH should be thankful for Johnson there. I'm not a huge fan of going in 4-on-2. One of the defenders slips down and adds on an extra number. But the risk of that, and as it was visualized, is that you lose the puck, and that could have easily been a 3-on-1 if not for Johnson's presence and that pass going errant.
A center ice face-off to get us reset. It's won by Boston. DiAgostino over the line, fires one. That one missed and hits the boards behind the net. And the other way, 3-on-2 come the Selects. Over the line, right wing centering pass, wide open net, and that one rolled along the goal line before being batted home. And it's 2-0 to the ESH National Selects of Canada.
I was about to mention that that's an opportunity you can't miss on, and I guess he didn't miss on it. I mean, that is a nice putback on the far side post, and really just nothing Marino can do about that. The theme with these goals early on in this tournament is it's just the, positions these teams put the goalies in. That's another goal that just seems impossible to save. But what Boston's doing right now is they're throwing on shots from the point, top of the circle, and these have been pretty visible for Grandinetti on the other part. So they got to start attacking the heart of this ESH defense if they want to get on the board as well.
So the goal was scored by Hudson Reich. It is his second point of this game as he had an assist on the first goal. Assists on that second goal came from Zachary Samchuk, number 21, and number 17, Merrick Selwood. So 4 different guys on the roster with at least a point so far in this one as the Selects the coveted 2-0 lead.
Always fun to watch the points leaderboard.
Especially with so many games, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think there was, 2-3 guys that are averaging 3 points a game last year, so it's really cool to see the studs that stick out. And honestly, ESH so far, it's been a team attack. Nobody really standing out. Everybody just looking solid in my eyes.
Boston down 2-0 in spite of outshooting ESH so far 11-8 by official count. Here comes Campbell looking to make it 3. That one is an awkward rebound off the goaltender. A backhand swoop try wouldn't go as that one gets flung behind the net. Now here's another look for Prairie. Behind the net, centering pass, backhander! That one wouldn't go. Not sure if the goalie gets credit for a save there or not, but nonetheless it stayed out of the net. Now this one deflects ahead. Racing with speed is Boston. Logan Burton looking to get to the puck. He could not. It is kept inside the zone. And now it does come outside. intense last 15 seconds there. We'll play on here with 8:40 to go in the second period. And they're going to get a penalty. Yeah. I wasn't sure if they were going to call it, but ESH is going to get a holding call, I would have to think.
Levi Baker, I believe. And
high sticking, maybe.
High stick, really?
It's hard to tell. That ref was down in the corner, but I thought that was a high sticking signal. We'll see what the official game sheet has to say.
Yeah, you're right. High stick. Not every day you see that in youth hockey, especially with everybody having the cages. It's so hard to tell, but I mean, that's a good catch by the official if right, because like I said, not easy to tell when that stick reaches up near the head with the cage. You can't really sell a reaction.
So Boston 0 for 1 on the power play. They'll look to join the Selects with a power play goal of their own and get on the board here. They can't keep it in at the blue line. Now shorthanded come the Selects. Nice pass there as Wendorf is offsides. Well, he had the puck. McCoy O'Leary was the one offsides, but a tough break for the Selects as that would have been a golden opportunity shorthanded.
Real tight call. Another one that's tough to make in live action, but typically when you're calling an offsides in that moment, you know it's offsides. So can't argue that.
Ryan Taylor slides it across. It's Mattern. Pardon me, not Mattern, but O'Leary. I was looking at my wrong sheet there. But Boston recovers, and with 1:20 to work on the power play, they'll come into the zone. Left circle. This one slid over to the right point. Sent down low by Peterson. Now behind the net, centering pass. What a save made there by Granadetti.
I mean, that's one of the most dangerous chances that Boston's had, and Granadetti just flushes it away.
Now here comes Prairie odd man rush. Huberdeau with the puck. He'll slide it over, and does that stay out? My goodness, what a stop.
That's a great setup, great execution by ESH, but I think what they could have done better, Huberdeau could have hooked to the outside. They do a cross, and that would have really made Marino think, but Marino saw that one coming, and that's why he was able to get his pad out in time.
And the faceoff taken by Boston in their own zone. Still with plenty of time on this power play for BHC. Wearing the same colors as their NHL counterpart, Boston Bruins.
Who actually traded Linus Ullmark. Did you see that, Dylan?
No! That's a big trade.
Right before Game 7, they said Ullmark got traded for Eunice Corpusalo, a first-rounder, and one other guy.
So he's going to Columbus then. Is that where Corpusalo was?
No, Ottawa.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He was with Columbus for a good amount of time.
Holy moly. Luke, that's a big trade. I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Well, you know why? You said that was right before puck drop last night?
Yep. It was on the pregame show on ESPN2. They were like, oh, we got breaking news. This happened.
Gotcha. Because I was watching that game about an hour delayed, and I had it recorded, so I put my phone in a different room just in case. So that's probably why I didn't see that. And then, of course, I had to be up early for this tourney. I just went right to bed.
No, that's a good move, putting the phone away.
You know, you could turn off notifications on all your apps, and then one comes to just surprise you.
Yeah.
Panthers win the Stanley Cup.
Meanwhile, you're in like the second. Oh, all right, nice.
Yeah. 6:27 to go in the second period of this one. 2-0 the score. In favor of ESH National Selects. The goals are scored by Jace Richards and Hudson Reich. Reich with a 2-point morning so far, a goal and an assist, figuring into both of the goals in the game. Power play is over, so Boston falls 0 for 2 with a man up. And we're back to 5-on-5 play. Here come the Selects racing up ice the other direction, looking for a 3-goal cushion. They won't find it on this rush, as Boston will take it back below the goal line. This one's found by Vertens. He gets ahead of one, tries a backhander, and the save is made by Grandidetti. One of Boston's best offensive looks so far here of this game, but not to the back of the net.
They haven't had a ton of looks in this period, but when they have, they've been pretty dangerous. That's the third one that I can recall that had me go, wow, I mean, this goalie's making another statement that he's a stone wall. That is 14 stops.
Perfect save percentage so far. Still plenty of game to go, and anything within 2 goals I call a close game.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Just on sides, over the line. Here's a shot into the glove very casually for Sterling Grandidetti as he makes stop number 15 of 15.
I'm very curious with what's going to happen at intermission. I know I was talking to the music guy down there, Silvio. I know him from calling games with the juniors hockey organization here in Chicago, but he was talking about...
As this shot is saved. By the way, some good music here so far today.
Oh, he's a great music guy. I mean, he knows what to play at what time.
I heard a little, fasten your seatbelts, are you ready? Here's a shot. That one stopped, but Luke, you can... Oh, a little pushing and shoving afterwards. We'll see if we get any pens here, but Luke, you can finish that thought from earlier if you want.
Oh, and yeah, Silvio, I saw him in the lobby, and he was saying that he's going to try to talk to the coaches about just skipping the ice cut. And because,
I'm cool either way.
At this age, he was saying that, they have the energy to go 3.
Right. The ice is not that scraped up.
No. Especially here. Very nice ice here.
And from our point of view as broadcasters, it just comes down to, would we rather have one 30-minute break every 2 hours or 2 15-minute breaks?
Yeah.
I'd rather have the 30.
Boston's real upset about that collision that happened in front of their bench. Won't get a call.
And another collision, this time in front of the ESH bench. Maybe not worthy of a call, that one.
I almost feel like you want the ice cut in this game because it's starting to get physical. You don't want too many penalties.
Well, we'll see what happens. Luke, you said you had an official rules document, right? Does it say anything in there in terms of what it should be?
Let's see.
As now ESH works with the puck up high. This one's sent down below the goal line.
Now I'll bring the rules to you next whistle. I got it ready.
Now Boston a 3-on-2 here if they hurry. Over the line, drop-off play.
That's
but
a penalty.
This hits into the boards, and yes, sir, it's going to be another power play for Boston.
So just to clear that out of the way, I mean, that's a clear hit, and the sound of the board's evident of that. And now looking at the length of period, so games are 3 by 15-minute stop time periods still otherwise noted. There will be an ice cut after the second period at the end of each game.
Okay.
The ice cut may be removed after the second period if games are running behind or the arena staff cannot perform the ice cut on schedule. All games will be played to completion, so that's interesting.
So there you have it. So the default is to have an ice cut.
Yes.
But there's a chance, based on other circumstances, that we won't have one. This shot tipped in, wide open. It was sitting right there for J.J. Nealon. Just couldn't get to it in time.
What an unbelievable poke check by Leo Johnson to get the puck out of there. If he's not there, it's a 2-1 game.
Boston on their third power play here today. 0 for 2, looking to crack the goaltender for the first time with a man up. And the first time in the game. Boston with 17 shots, none of which crossed the red line. Now Frederelli, his shot was blocked in close. And now the loose one is found by Leo Johnson. And he will chip it around the boards and clear it out. Reich finds the puck, comes over the blue line, backhands it deep. Halfway through the power play. Boy, would Boston love to get at least one here before the second intermission. This one leaks outside the zone. The yellow sweaters will have to tag up. In the meantime, they will change a couple. Dump down. And Boston will get their last few off. That could have been a too many men call. It was close.
That was.
Should have been, you think?
Yeah. Sixth guy was still 2 feet on the ice. I mean, that was a good couple milliseconds apart, but when Boston touched the puck, sixth skater still was about to step up onto the bench. That should have been a call, and I'm shocked. I mean, I don't think these officials have been bad, but that's one you got to call.
2:04 to go in the second period before what will be an ice cut. All signs point to it. We're not running behind at all. We're running early at this point of the day. Games on an every hour and 45-minute cycle. Here's a shot. Loose puck. That one was stopped. Rebound sitting there in the slot. And they couldn't get one on target with 90 seconds to go before the Zamboni.
And yeah, the only reality of us not having an ice cut and you guys sticking around right for the third period to come in is if both coaches not in agreement, yes, we will keep playing. Otherwise, you absolutely, if one coach disagrees and one coach agrees, you have to have an ice cut. It's only if the coaching staff all agrees on both sides. So
and that's how it should be.
Silvio talked to both coaches before the game, and we'll see. For now, we focus on the last 90.
Listen, I'm all for no ice cut, personally. So
I like the energy of this game right now. You know, fold it right over into the third.
Right there with you, man. Boston really needs to get on the board. That was close to offsides. You saw the ref think about bringing up the whistle, but he did not. Now this pass over, taken away by Boston. Now taken right back by Prairie. This centering pass looking for Wendorf didn't connect with 45 seconds to go in the second period. Behind the net centering pass, it's right there. Here's a shot. That one blocked in close. Huberdeau will keep it in the zone. 35 to go. Here's a shot. That one whistles wide and misses the target. And it's picked up on the rebound by Boston. They can't clear it out. This shot from the left point looked to be tipped on its way by O'Leary, but that one sent wide. Now 20 to work with for Boston as they rush up ice. That's offsides. Got to call that one.
Yep. Neutral zone faceoff, 16 seconds to go. If you're Boston, you're trying to win this back. One more offensive chance. ESH, on the other hand, wouldn't mind winning this one and just dumping the zone to end this second period.
All right, so this dumped in by Boston, and it's given. Here's a Spires in the second period. Boy, so close for the Boston team to get on the board, but they will remain with a goose egg on the scoreboard, and we will see what the coaches decide here.
Looks like there's some of the Boston guys are starting to nudge towards the exit, and we will have an ice make. Zamboni door is opening, so we'll get a little break, and then we'll be back for the third in a 2-0 game, another tight one here in this tournament. And we're only getting started. Goodness gracious, that horn is loud.
Yeah, that is an actual horn, not a speaker that's playing one. It's a foghorn. We've been hearing it after the goals. I like the vibe, but boy, if that's that loud with my headphones on, I'm only wondering what it's like for all these other people in the barn at 10 in the morning.
I'm almost wondering here in the business center in Mount Prospect if the other business buildings a couple blocks over are filing noise complaints.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Dylan Ward here with Luke Jordan. An exciting first 2 periods. Lots to play for. 15 more minutes to go after the Zamboni hits the ice. We'll be back with you right here on the air in about 8-9 minutes time. Don't go anywhere. This is the Continental.
At Ironman Industries, we forge the foundation of excellence in steel manufacturing. Our dedication to quality and precision sets the industry standard, delivering unmatched innovation that powers progress and builds tomorrow's world. We don't just produce steel, we craft a legacy of strength. With every cut, weld, and bend, our commitment to our customers shines through. Choose the steel partner that never compromises on quality. Visit us at ironmanindustries.com. Ironman Industries stands for quality and precision in steel manufacturing. Specializing in quality of our work, we're committed to our customers. Build the future with us at ironmanindustries.com.
Welcome back to the World Sports Broadcasting Network, or WSBN. We're here in Mount Prospect, Illinois, the suburb of Chicago, for the Continental Clash. We had a good one between the ESH National Selects and Boston Hockey Club. In spite of outshooting ESH 19-13, Boston trails in this game 2-0. A power play goal by Jace Richards, assisted by Hudson Reich in the first period. Then an even strength goal by Hudson Reich, assisted by Zachary Samchuk and Merrick Selwood. So Reich has 2 points, but I would say the star of the show so far is ESH goalie Sterling Graninetti, who is 17 for 17 through 30 minutes of play.
Yeah, no question about it, Dylan. I mean, that first period was not too threatening for him. I was like, okay, I mean, good start, not letting in any hiccups, and then all of a sudden, chance after chance occurred for Boston, and I mean, these aren't your typical shots from the blue line. I mean, great opportunities right in the slot, and every time Graninetti just came away with it. I mean, he's just been playing great. Obviously, we've only seen 4 goalies in total so far, but I mean, looking at the other game right now, I just checked over on the other rink using Game Sheet, and I saw that North Star Elite's up 5-2 on metrics. So, I mean, stats-wise, he's already the best goalie that's played so far today, and from the looks of what I've seen, he can lead his team a far way. If you have a goalie that, I mean, look at Lac St. Louis from last year. They won the championship. They had 2 goalies who had the first and third best save percentages, I believe. So if you have 2 good guys or just 1 good guy in between the pipes, you could be a lethal threat to this tournament.
ESH taking advantage of their first opening game here at this tournament. They are first-timers, one of 10 teams participating in the Continental Clash for the first time. Boston, this is their 5th season of participation here in Mount Prospect, Illinois. They won the championship in their first year of participation in 2020. Last year, a 4-5 record, did not qualify for the championship. They finished 6th place in their division out of 9 USA teams. They're looking for a bounce-back year, and if they're going to get it, it's going to start with a bounce-back game 1 to carry some momentum into the rest of the tournament. And you talked about all the high-danger chances that they've had. It's not like the goalie hasn't been working for those 17 saves. On top of that, Boston, 3 power play opportunities, 0 for 3 on them. If they get another look, what do you want to see out of Boston differently to finally get on the board on the man advantage?
I mean, that's a great question. I think ESH has them pretty figured out. At this point, you're just waiting on a mistake. You're waiting on a mistake from the defense. You're waiting on a mistake from Graninetti. Maybe he coughs up a rebound right in front. So definitely crash the net. That is my number 1 tip for sure. Get a shot from the point. Try to redirect. They've been good at trying to redirect pucks.
They sure have.
There was one shot from the point on a power play where I think there were 3 sticks in the lane trying to tip the puck out of the air. That is so tough to see and have the vision for if you're a goalie like Graninetti. So just redirect, crash the net. You know, my old coach called it meat and potatoes hockey, but it works. Every goal counts the same, and you just got to play that way if you want to get back into this game, because clearly the fancy stuff isn't working on Graninetti. He's a brick wall.
Talked about maybe capitalizing on a mistake. We nearly saw that in the last 20 seconds or so of the second period, where Boston almost got on the board off a pretty bad giveaway, but nothing to the back of the net yet for the Yellow Sweaters. They've got 15 minutes to get at least 2. And we are underway in period number 3. We've switched sides again back to our first period shooting fixtures. So Prairie will go from left to right as they enter the zone. Now Reich, who's got 2 points here today. Puck coughed up to New England. Now they'll come over the line. A nice pass attempt by Taylor from his knees. Got it away, but not cleanly. Now the puck sitting there. Here's a chance. That one gets a piece of the pad, but I believe was going wide anyway. Now backhander chipped. Couldn't get it deep. And the Selects get it out. Here's a one-on-one. Tons of speed here for Jake Hart. He'll try a shot. He scores! In and out of the net so fast I wasn't sure initially, but it is Hart with a solo effort, and it's 3-0.
Just from that one play, you can tell that Jake Hart is a smart hockey player. Almost every guy in this tournament is looking to go, upper deck where the cobwebs are, all that. But he knows Marino's a bigger goalie. It's going to be harder for him to get down in the butterfly, and just slides a 5-hole.
Now what a move the other way. Backhand try to score! It only took 11 seconds after. But what a response by Boston, and we're all reset once again, 3-1.
It's like Florida whenever Edmonton would score a goal in the playoffs. They just answer right back. You don't give up, and that is a rare hiccup on Grandinetti. I mean, like I said, you're hoping on a mistake, and now you're hoping you can get 2 more mistakes out of Grandinetti. I don't think they'll come easy. Great play nonetheless. Nice individual effort.
Now finally get a chance to make the official scoring summaries of both goals. That goal by Jake Hart was unassisted, according to the official scorer.
Yeah, they missed that there. That was a great pass out of the zone by one of the players, but I guess unassisted.
I mean, at least it was a solo effort goal. It's not like the ref missed a blatant, one-timer pass.
True.
But the other goal by Boston, most recently, Cam Gallucci, number 4. His first goal and point of the tournament. First goal for Boston as a whole. That one was assisted by Keegan Verteners. Now Boston looks to get it another one. Ride some momentum here. A pass wide open. Time to shoot. They'll take one. That one off the stick of Teddy Navrat. But it wouldn't go. It was blocked. Now the other way come the selects. Here's a shot by Joey Taman. That one blocked. Now this puck picked up by Boston. They'll get it outside the zone, but it goes to possession of the selects. Now Boston the other way. Here they come over the line. Kick to the stick, and a shot, tough angle. Save made, rebound sitting there. Puck is loose, not frozen yet. Finally on top of the puck, the glove goes, and we're going to have a penalty here at the whistle. Looks like a hook to me.
To be honest with you, that was in the heart of the play. I couldn't entirely tell.
Yeah, me either. I was just going based off the signal. Yeah, it's going to go against Luka Mosca of Boston, and we're going to get a power play here for the Selects. It'll be their 3rd power play of the game. They're 1 for 2. Even on the power play they didn't score, they looked dangerous. Let's see if they can find another one here and extend their lead. Here's a shot. That one tipped on its way, but stopped and turned to the corner. Now behind the goal line. Under 12 to go in the 3rd period. Here's Huberdeau. Goes cross ice. A shot taken from the left circle. That one sails wide. Huberdeau once again. Goes to the left side. Centering pass goes right to a Boston stick, then given up. Loose puck. Right there, backhand try. Big save made by Jack Marino. And the puck cleared out to neutral ice.
Boston played it real risky there. Once they got the puck, they all started to move in transition, and that was a near deadly decision. But luckily they get away with it. Still 1:13 left on this power play.
Levi Baker takes a shot. Traffic in front. Rebound. Backhander was right there for O'Leary, and he couldn't get enough wood on it. He tries another one, and that one rolls parallel to the goal line, not across. O'Leary with 2 great chances there to find his first goal of the tournament and point at that, but he couldn't. $10:50 to go in the 3rd, 40 on the power play clock. Here come the Selects. Over the line they come. Huberdeau puts on the brakes at the slot, takes a shot. Juggled, but held on to by the goaltender, Moreno. 10:58 to go in the 3rd. Dylan Ward and Luke Jordan here with you. Anthony Lunn our producer.
After this one, we got the Connecticut Junior Rangers and Team Atlantic. I happened to go see Team Atlantic warm up while I was going to fill my water.
Nice, nice.
Saw some of the Connecticut kids walk in. Different club bags. Some of them using South Shore Kings bags. Some of them using Connecticut Junior Rangers bags.
Oh, here's a shot. Settled down out of midair. Was close to a high stick, but I think the right call was made of a no call.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
And there's a hit into the corner, and the Selects are going to get a penalty for that. So their power play goes unsuccessful. It'll be a mere 3 seconds of 4-on-4 before Boston will have their fourth opportunity on the power play.
You know, that's unfortunate for Jake Hart. Just scored the recent goal for ESH, their only goal of the period, and all of a sudden you're a little bit demoralized watching with anxiety from the penalty box. I mean, 2-goal game, like good old Eddie O used to say here in Chicago, that's the deadliest lead you can have in hockey because you start to get your hopes up and you start to play down.
Boston in desperate need of a goal. Now is their chance on the power play. Nice solo effort to drive the net, but couldn't get a shot away, and then that puck touches something on the Selects bench, maybe a glove or stick.
That was the glove of the last forward on the bench over there at the back of the line. Looks like he's wearing it fine. He seems okay, shaking the hand a little bit.
Yeah, it's not going to not hurt. As this puck is cleared immediately off the draw by the Selects. 1:30 to go. Still plenty of time on the power play for Boston. They'll chip this one down into the zone. Huberto catches up to it for Prairie. Taken back by Boston. DiAgostino now up high. Here's a chance and a shot tipped on its way. And did that not go in? The puck is being scrambled for by the goal line. It's in! They score! The ESH players and fans alike not happy with the decision to award a goal, but the ref pointed emphatically, and Boston has cut this to a 1-goal game.
It's a tough call to make. I mean, I agree with the ESH fans being upset because, I mean, although that puck was loose, you could argue that there was interference there on the initial rebound as Grandinetti went down face first, and I believe it was due to contact from Boston, but once again, I am kind of far from here. The ref is closer. I'm going to trust him on this one, and, you know, hey, makes the game closer. Can't complain if you're up here.
Yeah, and the coaching staff of ESH got the explanation from the two officials. I wouldn't say they looked understanding of the call, but more just so content with getting the game back underway. Their team still holding a lead, but it's a much different story when you're only up by 1. Boston looking to come all the way back after being down 3-0 here in the third period. This puck bounces in front halfway through the third period. Actually, not halfway. I'm used to a 17-minute period there. As the man's taken down. They want a penalty call. They're not going to get one. Here comes Boston over the line. They'll chip this one deep. They'll bounce off the end boards below the goal line. A week of hockey upcoming. 6 games guaranteed for each and every team here at the Continental Clash.
Not for the week.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Oh, yes. Not for the week, including if you're a broadcaster.
Yes.
Luke and I will be here all week long. We've got our whole lineup of games today. I'll be calling, and Luke will be the analyst. On Thursday, we'll be here at this North Rink again all day. He'll be doing the play-by-play, and I'll be putting my color hat on.
Yeah, let me know how your voice feels after today.
Yeah.
I'd like to know how you're going to recover, because I need to know for future reference.
Right. Yeah, I can't say I've ever done 7 games in one day. This will be a first. And we're only on number 2.
You're right.
And now we have a rush up ice for ESH. Here's a shot in and out of the glove of Moreno. Now we're halfway through period number 3. 3-2 in favor of the Selects from Canada. Just about every matchup in the league portion of this tournament. As here comes ESH on a breakaway. This is Wendorf, and a save is made by Moreno. Now behind the goal line. Picked up, left circle, here's a shot, another save, rebound, they score! McCoy O'Leary gets the goal, and the 2-goal lead is restored. It's 4-2 for the National Selects.
You know, that's a great initial save on the possession by Moreno. I believe it got a tiny part of him and then hit the post. But ESH keeps their foot on the gas, get the puck back, and that is a huge sigh of relief. Of course, the game isn't over yet, but when you're up 2 with 6 minutes to go instead of 1, it feels heavenly.
Now how will Boston respond? It only took them 11 seconds to score after the Selects scored to make it 3-0. More than enough time to get this done for Boston, but the Selects sitting pretty right now.
They're protecting their goalie there after the whistle, and rightfully so. Grandinetti stopping 24 out of 26 so far.
Incredible. Boston, in spite of trailing the game, lead shots 26-21 here at Mount Prospect Ice Arena. By the way, give an assist to Merrick Huberdeau on that goal by the Selects. As now 7 unique skaters have at least a point for the Selects in this one.
And only one with 2. Hudson Reich, goal and an assist. On Boston's side, 3 guys with just 1 point. Bertenters, Taylor, and Galucci.
Boy, game sheet is really a beauty, isn't it?
Oh, it is a miracle, my friend.
Hard to think that it wasn't till 3-4 years ago that we had this technology. It used to be the pen and paper scorecards, and you'd have to rely on a PA announcer, which there almost never was.
In this tournament in 2019 and beyond, it dates back to 2015. You can find the scores from 2019 and 2018, but they are incredibly hard to find.
Is it like a scanned like PDF of the score sheet?
No, it's on Crazy Sports.
Okay.
And it's tough to find. You can find the scores, but I couldn't find anything else. When doing my deep web search on Friday, I was quite literally finding every bit about every team. Of course, there isn't a lot to find out there. You know, with a team like ESH, it seems like they're just a tournament team, so you can't really find anything online. But watching them in person, boy, are they quite the team.
And if any of you are watching at home and don't know what we're talking about, GameSheetInc.com. You can just Google GameSheet. Type in Continental Clash. You'll get every score as it happens. And you can see who scored the goals and who assisted on them, how many shots on goal there are in the game. As there's one by Boston and another, but that one wide. Great tool, especially if you find yourself in a situation where you can't tune into our broadcast, but you can have that tab open on your phone just to periodically check how the game is going. Basically like an ESPN app for youth hockey.
Yeah, even if you're at the hotel and you're coming here later, there's a ton of QR codes all around the place you can scan, and that'll send you to the same thing that we're talking about. Under 5 minutes to go here.
We'll see how aggressive Boston is in terms of potentially pulling the goalie. In our last game, Luke, it was a 1-goal game, but Southeast Elite, as we're going to get a penalty here, they did not pull their goalie, and we were thinking that maybe that had something to do with the goal differential being the tiebreaker. Do you still have that rules pulled up? I would be interested to see, because I feel like that's the only reason that they would not pull their goalie. I mean, down by 1, they were in the zone. They had the puck.
It seems interesting because it's the 4th ranked tiebreaker. It goes head to head, most total wins, most regulation wins. So yes, if they are tied in record, you can look at goal differential. But I just, by the way, number 7, if it happens to go through, everything is a tie. It goes to a coin toss.
God, that's like at the World Cup a couple of years ago. I think it was the 2018 tournament. 2 teams were tied on every, down the line in the group or whatever, and it determined who made the knockout portion of the World Cup. So I forget which teams it was, but the team that advanced because they had 2 fewer yellow cards in the group stage.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's how far down the tiebreaker that went. World Cup coming up. USA, Canada, and Mexico. Should be fun. Campbell takes a shot. That one blocked. Got his own rebound. Takes another one. That one blocked. So the Selects on the power play here. They are 1 for 3. They could really put this one away with a goal, as this backhander chips just wide. Now it's cleared by Boston. Boston will make a line change, or actually just change one player. Now slithering into the zone. And backhander centering pass. That one by Leo Johnson. Good one-man effort, but it didn't lead to a shot. 40 seconds to go in the power play. Are you desperate to score a shorthanded goal here, Luke, if you're Boston, or are you number 1 priority killing this and then thinking about that?
Well, with how it looks right now,
as that one just rolled along the goal line.
Definitely just worry about killing it as of right now, because ESH has you under full control.
Now Boston will get possession. Only 19 seconds to go in the penalty. It stays on sides as ESH recollects the puck. Here's a one-timer. That one held on to by the goaltender. 10 seconds to go in the penalty and 2:39 to go in the game. ESH National Selects control the lead 4-2 over Boston.
Now, if you're ESH, you have to be careful here. It's an offensive zone faceoff, 10 minutes until the Boston player is released. So you want to have a defender after the draw come out to the neutral zone to watch for a potential cherry-picking opportunity for Cam Gallucci.
10 seconds left, you got to be in. Luke, you are exactly right. As who is that? That appears to be Keegan Flanders out in neutral ice, keeping an eye on the penalty box there. A little suspect on the change there as the guy came off the bench before the guy in the box came out of the box. They could have called that.
It was very early.
But now here comes New England. They can't get into the zone cleanly, and they'll be offsides. 2:10 to go in the third. The puck will fall in neutral ice coming up here. And Marino, the goaltender, getting instruction from his coaching staff to stay in the net for now, and maybe a disagreement as one coach says come on, the other one says stay back. They'll wait for possession, which they now have.
Yeah, you absolutely leave him in net there.
And now he makes the sprint. So Boston has 6 attackers out and an empty net to shoot at for the ESH Selects. Loose puck finds Richards. He can't control it. Dumped back down by Boston. They'll need a goal quickly here with less than 2 to go. It's found by ESH. They've got an empty net to shoot at. Around one defender and punching it off the side of the net. I thought that was a sure goal for Jake Hart. Would have been his second of the game, but it comes up high instead. 1:30 to go. Now Boston. J.J. Nealon gets that back to the puck. He tries a shot. That one wouldn't go. Now this shot from the left point got blocked on its way. Here's a try from 150 feet. Rolling just wide of the net. And that is an icing. 1:11 to go in regulation time. Maybe a timeout here?
I don't see why not, but they're sending Marino back into the net, so it doesn't seem that they will call a timeout. Nope, coach is looking over there and he will use it. And if you're ESH here, don't play hero ball. You gotta just get it past the red line, get it in deep. You're up 2, you're just focused on dumping it in. Yeah, it looks nice on the score sheet. Hey, I scored an empty netter, but you want the guarantee that you'll win this game, and Boston will use their 30-second timeout now commencing.
So they'll talk things over, and yeah, the puck will be dropped at the circle closest to the Prairie bench on the right wing side of Boston's attacking half. If you're a coach, what kind of play are you drawing up here?
Well, it stinks that you're in the neutral zone, because what you can do in the offensive zone is you can have a designated play, but what you're first worried about is getting the puck into the zone. So obviously you want to win the draw back, and if you're Boston with an empty net, I'm sure they might go empty net right off the draw considering the time that they have. Just dump it in. Dump it in and forecheck. Forecheck like your life depends on it. Send 2 guys at the puck if you're... It doesn't matter, 5-on-5, 6-on-5. If you gotta send, you know, two guys in on the forecheck on that one puck. You've got to win that puck battle down low and possess.
All right, so here we go. 1:11 on the clock. 4-2 game in favor of the Selects. Goaltender is out. 6 attackers on with the neutral zone draw. And the drop of the puck is won cleanly by the Selects. They'll try for the empty net. That'll be an icing.
See, now that you do that, you try to go for the long heave. Now you're set in your defensive zone. I don't like that play. You got to at least, you know, try to do a golf shot and chip it up and out.
Especially with a 2-goal lead, right?
Yeah.
All right, so a right circle face-off. Getting ready for the drop of the puck is Luka Mosca. He loses it. And the puck comes to the near side for Prairie. Backhand chip attempt outside the zone. 1 minute to play in regulation time. Here's Boston with it. In their own zone, a backhand try towards the empty net wouldn't go. They need to hurry. This pass out to neutral ice finds Boston. Here comes Dylan DeTore. They have to get back on sides. As the Selects take the puck away, they'll try and chip this one down. It's in the skates. Time running out for Boston. As a collision and grabbing the puck is Baker. He scores! 5-2, and that'll seal the deal for ESH. 2 points in the standings and a victory here this morning in the opener.
Be a Bulldogs, and they lost that
Levi
game.
Baker gets the goal,
so
making it 8
closely
unique
contested
skaters
games in
with
the
at least a
morning.
point for the national
And they'll be finishing
Selects.
their day fairly early, 2:45 here.
Goalie back in. Here's another
Chicagoland.
try. This one stopped.
As we're here in Central Time, and after this, both teams will be able to
go.
relax for the rest of the day before they head into their schedules for the next day. We'll take a look at both team schedules entirely before we get into all the action.
You got to wear it off. You got plenty more
Young
games.
Kings
You got
play this,
5
and then
6 games still guaranteed ahead
they're
of you.
against Team Atlantic tomorrow at 8:10 a.m.
So
they play
just got to hang your head up
Alberta
about
at
stuff
3
like that.
p.m. on Wednesday, and
The
then
odds
into
of
the
Boston
Thursday
pulling them
tilts.
it
They
off,
play
even
first
if you
class
made
at
that pass,
9:45 a.m. And then the
You gotta be
Slovakia
positive
Kings,
about it.
the only
ESH
European
will
team
get
in the
their
tournament,
first win
at
in
4:45 p.m.
Continental
on
history.
Thursday, June 27th.
And they're pumped
My
about
name
it.
is Luke Jordan. Good afternoon to you all. And my producer, Anthony One, will help
There goes
get
that
this to
horn.
your
One more
screens
time
no matter
for good
where
measure.
or what you are watching
Entertaining
on.
game. 5-2 score. May not
As we
tell the
welcome you
full
here on
story. It was
WSBN.
real close, especially in an
Still a
action-packed
rich day of
third
hockey
period.
remains.
5 total goals
Games
combined
going
by
till
both
about
teams
8:15
in
p.m.
period number 3, including
here in
an empty
Chicago,
netter
so
by
you'll want to
ESH.
stick around
5 different
for
goal
the day
scorers
slate.
for the National Selects as well.
And now that it is
one man
nearly
with
3
2
p.m.,
points.
we
That
are
was
ready
Hudson Reich, a
for
goal
both
and an
teams
assist in the winning effort
to start their second
for
game.
the Canadian side
And that is
here in this
Levi
cross-border
Baker
matchup. 5-2 your final score
and Clay Markham.
here in Mount Prospect. So for everyone involved
Well,
here
actually, Asher
on the
Clements will be taking
broadcast
the draw for
today,
the Young Kings.
our
We're just about
producer,
ready to go.
Anthony Lund, as actually we might...
15-minute
I'm
periods
sorry, we
if
will
you're new
have
with us.
the national anthem. I forgot about that.
And
Yeah,
you
it's something you gotta
all
get used
hope
to.
you
I
enjoy the
forgot about
show
that,
here on WSBN. My name
Hero
is Jordan, my
Canada
buddy
for the
Dylan
second
Ward, who I'll
time
be calling
today,
games with later
as
on
the
his break.
Canadians were
Well
victorious
deserved. He
over
called
the
4 games in a row.
USA side. So
Young
Little
Kings
Canada
now
coming up here.
looking for their first win of the tournament here in day one. Trying to bounce back from that loss to the British Columbia Bulldogs earlier on. Here's Clay Markham. Up ahead now for Wyatt Hicks. Hicks blew a tire. And now Clements down the near side. Pinned off by Leo Johnson. Trickling puck to the slot, picked up by the selects, but only for so long. Back to the point now, one-timer fanned on. It's an opportunity potentially the other way until Markham was able to rescue his own mistake, and Johnson skates it out of the zone. Leo Johnson, a defensive standout from the morning, walks in, gets one on, and that's a good save from making his tournament debut, Ryan Longley. Now, Ryan Longley is a pretty interesting story. He actually used to play for the Connecticut Junior Rangers, who are in this tournament, ended up moving to Alabama, but he still plays with the Young Kings up north, who are actually from the New Jersey, Philly area, just about 800 miles away. Andy Burns started for the Young Kings in their first game this morning. He stopped 23 out of 26 and was credited the loss in a tight game with BC. Victor Ruggieri gets one on from a distance. No problems for Damian
A
Idzikovic.
slightly different rendition
Making
of
his
Canada
first start.
than what we heard after the first game, but
I like that one.
yeah, me too.
Sterling
A good one nonetheless.
Grandinetti,
So,
the other goaltender
we will
for
wrap
ESH.
things up now for everyone in our crew here.
And probably one
Anthony
of the better
Lunn, our producer,
goalie
making
performances
sure
of the day,
that
stopping
this game gets
26
to your
out of
screens from
28.
wherever and whatever you may be watching
And that
on.
5-2 victory
Luke
versus
Jordan is
Boston.
here to my left. Do you have any final thoughts, man?
13:22 to
Just
go.
another great
and
game. I
we'll have
pray
a
that we get
puck
these
drop to the
types of
left
results every time, where
of
it's neck
Longley.
and neck until the final buzzer, you know. And best of luck to these teams in the rest of their journey. I'll be seeing the ESH teams later. I'm
Hudson
assigning
Reach wins
individual
the drawback.
games
He's
for
the
them.
only
Okay, so
ESH player with
I'll see
2
you
points
guys
so
later on the
far in
play-by-play,
this
Mike. But
early
for now,
tournament.
rest up. Like I said in the previous broadcast, Dylan, hydrate and rest.
Flanders.
Good luck to you
Had
all,
it turned
and thank
over.
you all for watching.
At Ironman Industries,
it'll have to reset
we
as it's
forge
Selwood
the
taking it below the
foundation
goal
of
line.
excellence in steel manufacturing. Our
Here's
dedication to
Selwood,
quality and
dicing through
precision
defenders.
sets the industry standard.
Gets it